Minister, okay. You have your very good friend, Peter Obi, as a candidate of the Labour Party. At the time that...
the head of the obedient people.
At the point that people in your region are clamoring for an Igbo president, now that you have one, how difficult is it for you to support Bola Tinubu as against Peter Obi?
Hello, our dear listeners. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Breaking News TV 24. Today's news update: the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Alhaji Murtala Yakubu Ajaka, has asked the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, to resign. This was following a statement made by the minister on a live TV interview on Channels Television. For details of the story, please stay tuned. The Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, Alhaji Murtala Yakubu Ajaka, has asked the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, and other appointees to campaign openly for the party's presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or resign their appointments. The APC chieftain was reacting to comments made on Channels Television by Ngige, who failed to publicly affirm his choice of presidential candidate between Tinubu and Peter Obi of Labour Party. Recall that the Rivers State Governor, Nelson Muke, had alleged that some appointees of the APC-led government were working for the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Reacting to the comments made by Ngige in a statement on Saturday, the APC deputy spokesman said what the minister did was anti-party. He said, "It is expected of a serving minister in an APC government to be a trusted apostle of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidency in 2023, who along other party leaders labored to ensure the enthronement of the same government in 2015, which they are now serving in." Chief Ngige and other APC appointees, especially in the federal cabinet, should not forget in a hurry that they are holding on to party's mandate, hence the need to protect it with whatever it requires. But if they can no longer protect the interests of the party APC in a public and that of our presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think the honorable thing to do is to step aside from the government formed by the APC. Stay tuned and watch the live interview performed on Channels Television.
Minister, okay. You have your very good friend, Peter Obi, as a candidate of the Labour Party. At the time that...
the head of the obedient people.
At the point that people in your region are clamoring for an Igbo president, now that you have one, how difficult is it for you to support Bola Tinubu as against Peter Obi? Is it difficult?
Sharon, you like boxing people into a corner. I've told you I'm not active. You even noticed that I'm not active in politics for now, but I'm facing national assignment. Why are you asking me a difficult question?
Is it difficult?
Both of them are my friends now from what you've said.
What would you choose?
No, forget it. My choice will be in the ballot box. On the day of ballot, I make my choice.
You vote your conscience.
Forget it. Whether conscience or no conscience, that day, in February, one vote.
So it's not, you cannot tell Nigerians that you are voting your candidate. That's what you're saying right now.
Why do you say so? It's a secret ballot. I shouldn't tell Nigerians what I will do secretly.
All right, so let me ask you. Your party is campaigning with Bola Tinubu's track record as governor of Lagos State.
Yes.
And there are a lot of us guys are also speaking about Peter Obi's track record as governor of Anambra State. He took over from you. So you must be very proud of his track record, is it?
Let me tell you, the two men and their track records, yes, good. But you must go into the nitty-gritty of your analysis. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu came to Lagos when there was like nothing. Everything scattered. I live in Lagos, so I can tell you. He did what he's supposed to do, and then reformed the financial system and everything, put a solid foundation, drew a roadmap for successors, Fashola and Co. and others. I came to Anambra State. Everything scattered, just like in Lagos. I rebuilt the foundation of governance in that state.
So you couldn't finish?
I didn't finish. But I did infrastructure which people can see. I did payments of salaries, put salaries on first line charge, finish accumulated areas, put security back in the place.
So were you proud of what Peter Obi continued when you left?
Yes, he was building on my foundation, even though he disagreed with me on infrastructure. So for the first tenure, he didn't do infrastructure. He didn't do, but he realized that it was a grievous mistake when we met in the ballot in 2010, and when we met in the senatorial election for our senatorial district.
We need to go now. So I mean, if you are to rate them, you think Bola Tinubu performed better than Peter Obi when they were governors?
I'm not an analyst in that respect.
But you sat in that seat before.
You see people doing polls, gerrymandered polls, and using statistics and samples that don't reflect whole. So I don't want to get into that kind of analysis.
For coming.